when people in China started developing farming, new schools, and settled communities. We're talking about at least 6,000 BC. That's when the foundation for Chinese civilization was really laid. The first historical dynasty is the Shang dynasty. This is the generally considered the first historical dynasty in China. We're talking about the third and the second millennia when things got way more organized with more warfare between cities and social classes becoming much more distinct. So the Shang are known for their use of gold, especially for ritual objects, and they had a powerful ruling class. The Zhao and Qing dynasty. So there were lots of other dynasties, the Zhao and the Qing dynasty. And the Zhao dynasty was super long lasting from 1056 to 256 BC, making it the longest dynasty in the Chinese history. In leaders of the People's Republic of China since 1949. So moving forward, so let's not forget about the leader of the People's Republic of China since 1941. So this is the modern era, things like Mao Zedong, Hao Yofeng, Deng Xiaoping, Jiang Zemin and Hao Jintao, and Xi Jinping are the main figures who helped shape modern China. In Chinese languages, switching gears again, so let's talk about the Chinese languages. So most people think about Chinese as one language, but it's more like a family of languages, like Romance languages, example that's Spanish, French, Italian, and etc. All of these languages are related and belong to the Sino-Tibetan language family. Different varieties exist among each are complicated and intelligible. In modern standard Chinese, the Mandarin, this is based on the dialects spoken in the Beijing. Official language of China uses about 1,300 syllables. So China has an incredibly long and rich history going back to its historic times. It's been shaped by numerous dynasties, different languages and cultures and influential.